Hello everyone, my name is Johan Rockstrom and I'm proud to be the Chief Scientist at Conservation International and also a Professor in Earth System Science and the Director of the Potsdam Institute of Climate Impact Research in Germany. Thank you for joining Conservation International for this Instagram live event marking the 50th anniversary of Earth Day. And this is a very decisive, unique moment in time. We're gathering, celebrating the 50th Earth Day when we are deep into the Anthropocene, which we've largely been for the last 50 years, exponentially increasing the human pressures on biodiversity, climate systems, ice sheets, the whole functioning of the Earth system, to the point where we scientifically today can say that we've entered a whole new geological epoch, the Anthropocene. We were just entering the Anthropocene at the birth of the Earth Day. In fact, we're so deep into this new era that we're seeing the big repercussions and shocks where the corona pandemic is one such attribute of the Anthropocene, a globalized network of intertwined, intensive travel and trade, interacting with global warming, deforestation, loss of biodiversity, pushing wildlife, colliding closer links between precious red-listed animals and species with risky behavior of humans in wildlife trafficking, domestic animal management, and also in wet wildlife markets around the world, is a perfect brew for the risk of spillover of viruses and zoonotic disease outbreaks, leading to an increased frequency of viral infections that can lead to epidemics, but now even into a pandemic. So scientifically, we have known for quite some time that it's not a question if, but when we'll see the kind of pandemics as we're experiencing right now, but also the rising evidence that this is interconnected attributes of environmental change, global warming, and a health crisis. We're losing resilience through our optimization and efficiency-oriented economic system, but also by losing the diversity in ecosystems, which fundamentally makes us more vulnerable to these kind of shocks. Now that's why scientifically we've defined planetary boundaries as a scientific tool to define the safe operating space for humanity on Earth. These planetary boundaries are not only the geophysical components of the Earth system, like the ice sheets, ocean heat, and the climate system and the atmosphere, but also the living biosphere, the climate indispensable ecosystems that not only delivers ecosystem functions and services from food, clean air, and water, but also the stability of the planet. So these are the systems that we can thank our modern economy for its ability to deliver human well-being. We really are at a juncture where the links between prosperity and equity for people and health for humanity, from citizens to people across the world, has to be interconnected with the stability and health of the planet. So it's quite significant that it's several years ago that the scientific community launched the whole initiative on planetary health. It is more than half a year ago that the scientific community stepped out in public to say we have scientific support for declaring a state of planetary emergency. It's now clear that our pathway to the future is really about integrating the sustainability of our planet with the prosperity and health of humanity. They truly go hand in hand. Climate change could make all of these challenges even worse, but it's equally important, I would argue, the undermining of the natural ecosystems from rainforest, temperate forest, coral reef systems, wetlands, grasslands, all the living systems that really create not only the joy and value of quality of life, but also is the toolbox for our ability to develop in the future. A pandemic and the crisis we're in right now provides us with a tremendous series of lessons. And of course, one lesson is that we need to recover after this crisis by building social and ecological resilience into the future. It also gives us some quite significant and very hopeful signals that we are able to rise in an unprecedented way and collectively act as citizens, as communities, as a world, in fact, to address an abrupt crisis. This just shows that yes, we can. Yes, we can transform also to deal with the next crisis, the climate crisis, with the interconnected crisis of the biosphere. And I think this is also a signal to us that now is the time for us to start thinking of the post-corona world, a world that will not bounce back to the previous world, and rather look at accelerating, deepening the transformations towards a safe and just development for humanity within the safe operating space of a healthy and stable and resilient planet. This is not an environmental challenge. It is about humanity. It is about dignity. It is about prosperity. It is about equity. And fundamentally, I think we've turned a corner, not only in terms of recognizing already in the midst of this health crisis that these are interconnected challenges, but also because we hear more and more voices from business in particular, but also from all walks of life saying that, yeah, the sustainable path is the more secure path, it's the more attractive path, it's the healthier path, it's the less risky path. It's a path that gives us more degrees of freedom to be able to really deliver on the sustainable development goals and the future we want. So I think we are turning a corner also on the sustainability agenda as we turn the corner out of this corona crisis. So with that, again, wonderful to be on the Conservation International Instagram live dialogue this very important anniversary day, and looking forward to holding hands together and continuing this movement where science, civil society, business, policy, and citizens across the world increasingly rise to the challenge that we're facing to leave a better planet behind for the next generation. Thank you so much, and have a good continued day. Goodbye.